Hey YouTube, it's Taki with Taki Tech. So, when I was designing the dashboard here for our fake data spreadsheet, I was thinking of doing something in VBA where I would have a random number that would go look at a specific row and give me a first name or a last name. And when I started looking at the functions in VBA, I was really not impressed. I'd never worked with random numbers before, and basically what you end up having is almost the same thing as what you have in Excel. And sometimes you run into this, and that's why it's important before you start coding a project to kind of play it, plan it out, lay it out, and then you just want to vet the different ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what I came up with random, and kind of show you guys what I found. So this is a sub right here. It is called TestRandom, and so going back to the Visual Basic editor here, I'm just going to take a look real quick at the very first subroutine that I have here. It's called TestRandom, and it's basically going to show you the two different functions, or actually the one function that VBA has. So here we go. The subroutine is TestRandom. You see I declare a variable as a single because what random gives you is a number between 0 and 1, and it's going to be a decimal number, and if you use integer that's a whole number, it's not going to work. So you need to do a single, and then you have hey no, and then I multiply it by 1 so that we can see it, because if I just leave it out here alone, you're not going to be able to see what it actually comes out to. And then I actually found another function out here on Stack Overflow, and this is the link here. The link will be in the description. It's a pretty interesting discussion on it, and I just kind of borrowed the function from there and kind of fixed it up a little bit. It looked like it might have been used for a different language, and we'll explain a little bit more into that as well. So this is going to be real quick right here. Okay, so let's run this here. Hit an F8. Oh, before I do this, I wanted to introduce you guys to watch if you're not familiar with that. So I'm just going to hit stop here. And I'm going to put a watch on this variable here just so we could see the different values that it gives us. So do it. Watch on hey now. In this procedure, we might go over this again later on. Basically, just kind of want to watch it here. I'm going to close out the locals. I'm just going to watch the value of it here. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to do F8. The first iteration, we're going to take 1 and multiply it by the RAND function in VBA, and we get 0.7055475. Okay, now we're going to go into a new function here. In just a second. Okay, so going back to the VBA editor here, so we have hey no currently equaling 1 times RND, and RND gave us 0.7055, so it's a decimal. And now we're going to go into another function called RND between. So then when I hit F8 again, get back in. Alright, so now we're going to go up to this ran between function, and basically what this ran between function, what it does, I'm going to actually stop it here. What it does is it takes two different parameters, just like a formula in native Excel by itself, and basically the lower function, or the lowest I want to start is the first number, and the highest I want to go is the second number. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run this again. It's kind of interesting. I'm pretty much always getting the same number down here with RAND every single time. So I'm passing a 3 and a 1003 into this RAND between function, and hit F8. Hit F8 again, and you'll see here's the 3, here's the 1003. So now what's happening here is this is a function. So the difference between a function and a sub is that the function returns a value while the subroutine just runs the instructions and then it's done. So what it's going to do here is it's going to return the 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 number times the function RND in VBA. So it's going to take the upper bound 1003 and minus 3 from it, multiply that by 1, and then add the 3 to it again. And then it's going to be casted into an int. And the reason why they're casting it into an integer is so that it's not a decimal. So we're going to run that. And there we go, we get the ran between 536. I accidentally hit F9, and that's the reason why we got to stop in there. I really didn't want to stop. If you ever see something like this is a stop. So we got 536, bringing it back down to hey no. You can see it right here, 536, 536. It's one of the reasons why I don't use watches a whole lot. It's better when you have a whole lot of different variables that you're trying to watch at the same time. And there you go. Just a little bit of an explanation here. And everything you really need to know about the actual function that we ran here is pretty well described here. And again, Stack Overflow, if you're not familiar with it, is a great site, great resource, the best resource in my opinion on the web. So thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. If you like the information on the channel, make sure you subscribe. And thanks. Take it easy. Have a good one.